Oh, cartographer! What do you think of Grayshaft?
Not quite what I expected.
I can see that. Your face is the exact color of the island. Have you been to see Emmett? He's our physician.
I'm looking for him now.
You'll find him that way. Ask him for a concoction or some herbs to chew. Come find me when you're feeling better. There's something we need to discuss.
Have you seen how the captain's face is? Through the entrance.
Something was banging around in the cellar all night. I couldn't bring myself to risk checking what it was.
Why is everything sweet?
Calm yourself, man!
I can't calm myself.
Remember how things used to be? This is nothing.
Hello. Do you know where...
You're the cartographer, right?
This morning I was.
You have it rough, cartographer.
Well, maybe a little rougher than you. Are you hiding here to smoke?
Can't smoke in front of the others. It's all, give me a hit, Squid. Share it with us, Squid. And I only have enough Rutmain for a few more.
Why squid?
Stinger nose. Where does anyone get their nicknames? Squids don't smoke, I don't think.
What's Rutmain?
What Titan did you fall off of? This is what we smoke on Grayshaft. We were the first, and we taught the whole kingdom the habit.
We? Are you from Grayshaft?
This morning I was.
Why didn't you stock up on Rutmain before we left the starter?
Think you're so clever, do ya? Haven't heard that it's banned from a starter to basalt, then?
No, I didn't know that. Why is it banned?
That's enough, asker of questions. Let me smoke on my native shore in peace.
Does anyone have something to smoke in here?
Well, I think I saw the Order physician had some tobacco. Haven't asked him about it yet.
Do you know where the physician is?
No idea. Haven't seen him, don't need him. This beauty here keeps me safe from all ills.
Nothing's likely to change.
Someone was out wandering the streets, yelling like a bloody fool again last night. Is that true?
Sure. Someone saw him at the mercenary.
What? Probably has already...
Fog's rolling in. Weather looks grim.
My bones are aching again. The storm's coming. I can feel it.
Excuse me.
What do you need?
Hi, I'm Tristan, the cartographer.
I know who you are. Doesn't change my question. What do you need?
I'm so nauseous, I can hardly stand. I'm sick of looking at the contents of my stomach. Please help me.
Look, here, we're in dire straits. Some sod forgot to keep an eye out on the water barrels back in the starter. Now half the crew's laid out from drinking bad water.
I see that.
Look closer. Sailors are shitting blood. Some of them right in the bunks. So what's that you say? You feeling a little queasy, are you?
Just wait a second and I'll show you.
You're a wise-ass boy, but here's what we'll do. I want to make these poor men a tincture. Already sent one of the sailors to fetch me boiled water. But for the best effects, I'll need some alcohol. There's brandy in my chest. It's locked. Here's the key. Bring me back brandy, and I'll figure something out for your queasiness. Deal?
Deal. I'll get you your liquor.
What?
Hey.
What? I'm not asleep. The knight told me to guard the... Oh, it's you.
Aye.
The Order's navigator, right?
Not exactly. I'm a cartographer.
Aren't those the same thing?
How's your work going here?
I've been working my arse off. Who do you think's been cleaning up after you this whole time? By the seven, have some shame.
Yeah. Sorry. I had no idea that would happen.
It's fine. It must be tough being a seasick navigator.
Cartographer.
That's what he said.
Not easy being a deck boy.
It sure isn't.
Everyone thinks I'm just some stupid kid. Bring this, hold that, clean up here, move that thing there. I am strong, you know. I can board a ship alone anytime. Nobody believes me. Everyone only laughs when I say that.
You could try and prove your worth somehow.
How exactly? Beat someone up? The skipper's gonna give me a whipping and lock me up in the latrine to lick it clean for a month. Hey, can you help me out?
With the latrine licking.
Not that. Help me prove my worth. Let's fight.
Are you serious?
Don't shit yourself too early, Navigator. It won't hurt. We'll just fling some sticks around for show. And that's it. Give me a hand, pretty please. Do you really want me to spend my whole life as a lubber here?
Fine. Where are those sticks?
Don't you have any? Well, you've already agreed to help, so you might as well go find them.
Hey, stop right there. Where do you think you're going?
I'm just going for a walk.
You can go for a walk later. No one leaves, that's orders.
No one leaves. Am I a prisoner or something?
I get the orders, I follow the orders. Back where you came from.
Nothing's like eating shit.
Something was banging around in the cellar all night. Couldn't bring myself to risk checking what it was.
My bones are aching again. I'm trying all sorts of ointments. Nothing helps.
Maybe I should move to the village.
What a night.
Bread prices went up. We'll be eating grass soon. Happens all the time.
Bread prices went up again.
Yes!
3 bottles of brandy. Should I give the physician all of them, or...?
What do you want?
What are you yelling about?
What's it to you? Leave me alone.
All right. It's just that the knights are on a secret mission, and here you are shouting loudly enough to be heard on the other islands.
Hey, shouting, am I? We unloaded some of the provisions from the ship, and had barely put them on the ground when these pests swarmed them.
What pests?
Those blight-blasted bugs. Fecking insects. If they tear through all our food, I'll be flogged for certain.
Do you happen to have a cudgel?
Ah, I asked him to deal with the bugs, and he asked for a cudgel. Help out first, and maybe then try asking for things.
Do you want me to try and shoo them away? I guess I could stomp on them, or...
No, I already tried that. The quartermaster walloped me good for disturbing everyone. I know what you can do. How's about you squash them all? Give them a good thrumping.
How would I don't even have a weapon.
What do you need weapons for? Squash those bastards underfoot. Just rid me of this plague, for 7's sake.
You see, Captain's faces. Can't fit through the entrance soon.
Someone was
Don,
out
you're
wandering
the
streets.
cartographer, right?
Bloody
Tristan. That's what I heard the orderman call you.
Well, you have me at a disadvantage then. I don't know your name.
The name's Rower. You don't have anything to drink on you, do you? The skipper confiscated all the booze before we set sail, so as not to get on your knight's bad side.
I don't. Sorry. I'm just looking for the physician.
Nothing at all. Don't go thinking I'm just a no-good drunk, by the way. Just that every time there's a storm, or even just bad weather, I get an ache in my heart and feel lousy enough to jump from the yardarms. But a good old portion of liquor makes everything right again.
and the noise in my head stops. What I wouldn't give for even a drop.
Sorry.
Damn it all.
Here. I found some alcohol in a chest.
Truly, Seven be praised. Oh, sweet relief.
Is one going to be enough for you?
It'll do just fine. Like I said, I'm not a drunk. Just need to soothe my heart a bit when the weather's foul. That's all.
Be well then.
Hang on, hang on. You'll be working with the navigator, right? Best give the other bottle to him. Loves his drink, he does. He won't say no.
Thanks. I'll keep that in mind.
It's you I should be thanking. Take care.
They arrested someone in the court.
That is the spot.
Can't trust anyone nowadays.
Have you seen how fat the guard captain's face is, though? Won't fit through the
Son
entrance
of
soon.
what? Death has come to our...
Do you have them?
Can you give me a weapon?
Weapons?
Yes, a stick or cudgel of some kind. I'll bring it back in no time.
Don't bother me with your nonsense.
Do you have any rootmane?
Not at all.
Squid says he saw you had some.
Don't listen to the deckhands. Tall tales are all they're good for. Now leave me be. I've work to do.
This weather's been madly.
Can't see tooks in fog like this.
Bandits around here weren't fearless.
Do you have them?
Someone was robbed right in the act.
Yep, I've got the brandy. I brought the brandy. Here.
Never send a fool to fetch a bottle. All right, cartographer, how's your nausea? Still suffering?
No, I feel better. Toughed it out, I guess.
Well, off with you then. I've work to do.
Feeling better, Tristan?
More or less.
Very good. Let's talk a bit. We've sailed almost halfway across the kingdom together, but I hardly know anything about you. This whole journey is like a dream come true for you, right?
Yes. Dealing with paperwork isn't exactly an adventure.
Is that what you think we're doing? Going on an adventure?
I do realise you're going to Grayshaft on important business.
Important, and also likely dangerous. Tell me, cartographer, what would you do if we encountered bandits? Remember, you stand before an Order Knight, so answer truthfully.
I would bargain with them. I'm sure the bandits would realise that they attacked a squadron of knights, so it would be best to try to resolve things peacefully, with no bloodshed.
One help you! You were ambushed on your way to the privy, the bandits know you're not alone, their knives are at your throat, and they're demanding you take them to our camp. What would you do, Tristan?
Try and buy some time. Helping them wouldn't be an option. I'd just be killed. But you never know.
You're an interesting one, cartographer. All right, run along to the navigator. He's getting impatient.
Nothing's likely to change. What a nightmare. Happens all the time, you know. My bones are aching. I've been trying all sorts of things. Happens all the time, you know. These freemen are just bandits with a fancy name.
You think so?
Of course. Why would any good man just feck off to roam the woods like that?
Emmett says he doesn't have any tobacco.
Did he say anything else?
He also told me not to listen to the deckhands.
Nah, he's just grumpy is all. Someone from the crew tripped him up, I think.
Someone had words with the physician.
Yeah, I think it was Rower, but I wasn't there to witness, so it might just be me making things up.
Nothing's likely to change.
Need a drink.
Got a cudgel?
Only the one in my pants.
Do you have a rod in Emmett's pickle?
Nah, there's nothing to be mad at. He's a harmless fool. Are you looking to grease the wheels with him? I saw you were really sick.
Well, having common ground won't hurt.
I kind of, sort of, took something from him and threw that thing as far away as I could. You might find it if you climb the rocks on the shore. Bring it back to him and he'll warm up to you for sure.
Is that true? Did he really join the smugglers?
Yes. Hasn't been home for more than a week now.
I heard they were very picky. You can't just
Not
come
now.
over and ask to join.
Sirdar said,
And I say not now. Come back later.
Nothing's likely to change.
How things used to be. This is a lot better.
Bandits around here have grown fearless. Some of us are right in the
the bugs are dealt with.
Oh, lad, made us 7 hear your words, else another plague may come. In any case, thank you. Perhaps now I can get some rest.
Do you happen to have a cudgel?
Oh, yes, sure. Give me a moment. You can take... just take this one.
Your leg? Are you pulling my... Is this a jest?
What? It's heavy, solid wood. Hit it, toss it around. Nothing alarm it.
Raining, it's sunny again.
Nothing's likely to change.
Someone was out wandering the streets. Oh, what a fool.
Can't trust anyone nowadays.
Someone was out wandering the streets.
How goes it?
I am ready.
Let's go, Navigator.
You asked for it.
What you draw your weapon?
Sword point. Let me tell you how stupid your sister is.
I killed him! Killed him!
Death has come to our island.
Soon, you will be dead too.
Maybe someone will come and save us.
Nobody cares.
But one almighty.
How goes it?
How's your work going here?
I've been working my arse off. Who do you think's been cleaning up after you this whole time? By the 7, have some shame.
Yeah, sorry. I had no idea that would happen.
It's fine. It must be tough being a seasick navigator.
Cartographer.
That's what I said.
How's your...
I've been working my arse off. Who do you think's been cleaning... By the 7, have...
Yeah,
It's fine.
cartographer.
That's what I said.
Well,
Come on, trash. The whole crew will respect me now.
want an apple?
Sure. Thank you, Navigator. Don't take it personally, all that stuff about cleaning up after you.
Don't worry, I won't. Have you been to Grayshaft before?
Just once. My pa brought me here when I was very young. We lived in a village. I remember there was a huge fish skeleton there. I also remember going fishing with some local folk. two men on the older side. I think their names were Vive and Nalev. But yes, not a care in the world.
Bandits around here have grown fearless. Someone was robbed right in the outskirts recently.
Did you lose this?
Oh, where did you find this?
On the shore. Just lying in the sand.
I guess I dropped it by accident. Thank you. Here, I remember that you asked about it.
Happens all the time, you know. Remember how things used to be? This is nothing.
Here's your tobacco.
Igna's arse, that's Rutmain.
It wasn't easy to get.
Grayshaft hasn't forgotten me. Blessing me with gifts soon as I get here.
Can I ask my questions now?
Well, I really don't know all that much. Want me to tell you more about Rutmain?
Aye. I do wonder what's so special about plain old tobacco.
And that's the thing. It's not plain. If you look closely, there's something else in there.
What is it?
Horsebane.
Sounds dangerous.
Not at all. It's a mushroom. The Prime Striders on Basalt discovered it. They figured it was an ordinary mushroom. But then, the Grayshaftians figured out that just one sniff would set your head spinning. So, they picked it, dried it, chopped it up all fine, and stuffed it in their pipes. And the rest is history. Turns out there were other interesting mushrooms too. Some that perk you up, some that help you sleep, others that'll have you stiff in your trousers, or the opposite. So, they started packing their pipes with those too.
People say they're actually roaming the fields.
Need a drink.
Maybe I should move to the village. The city is so sick. What a night. Should try to sell some piece of rubbish I found in the attic. Great.
How goes it?
I hope you shit yourself.
You again?
Have you ever been to Grayshaft before?
Aye, and my wife's from here. I came here to ask for her hand.
How'd that go?
I can barely remember. I'd barely taken my first step on the island when I had a cup of rye thrust into my hand, and the toasts started. The liquor kept flowing on the way to the village, too. And when they brought the mead out at supper, my memory starts to get hazy. The next thing I remember, I'm on the ship, watching the island get smaller in the distance, with my wife's arms around me.
Wow. Sounds like a courtship to be envied.
Yes.
Cartographer,
Home for more than a week.
it's about time.
My bad.
Are you trying to placate me?
Trying to apologise. I know I wasn't any help with charting the course. In any case, I'm sorry for letting you down.
That'll do for starters. My name's Murray.
Triss.
Oh, brandy. You know what the last fella offered me?
Beer?
No, it's a long tale. Want to hear it?
Of course. Tell me.
I made a bet once with a sailor we called Horsefly. We were caught in a storm and ended up in the midst of some forsaken archipelago, with no safe harbour or fresh water anywhere around. Just lizard fish and stingers. Horsefly worked in the galley. He started spreading panic. Say we'd been banished to the edge of the world, we'd never make it out. We'd die here and all that. Everyone was in low spirits at the time, so his words started sounding more and more true to them. The captain and the quartermaster stood there, stone-faced, knowing that the smallest action could lead to a riot in this atmosphere. Everyone understood. But after what Horsefly had said, I was stung by pride and suddenly had an idea on how to get out of the situation. So, I told Horsefly, "Edge of the world, never make it out. You think I'm your navigator or just a useless sack of rat shite, you bastard." But he kept going. "We're lost, we can't make it out. We'll fall into the jaws of a sea serpent." So I said to him, "Let's make a bet. If I can't chart us a course home, you can take my most valuable possession. Whatever you can find. But if I can get us back to familiar waters, the second you admit we're safe, you must give me something that can't be found on the ship." And I knew that we'd polished off the last drop of spirits a week before. With no more grog, not even a splash of homebrew. "If I do this," I said, "then you, Horsefly, have to serve me alcohol the second I demand it." The whole crew fell silent. Horsefly came out of his panic to think, then agreed. The sailors all calmed down. They were all intrigued to find out if I could really find a way home. And they wondered, if it really did happen, how would Horsefly get me a drink? To tell you true, cartographer, I had a trick up my sleeve. The first thing any navigator worth his salt learns to look for in times like that is the cuckoo, our brother's favourite guiding star. It shines night and day, even if faintly. It had taken me a little while, but I had indeed spotted it. Then I knew approximately which way we needed to go, which is why I made such a bold bet. We drifted far, as you can believe, of course, but we did get back to friendly waters. With everyone listening, I announced that we were sailing past the all too familiar volcanoes, which meant it was time for me to wet my whistle. Horsefly, however, was not without his own tricks. Turns out he had a small barrel of incredibly sour wine down in the galley, used to preserve things. All ceremonial-like, he presented me with that barrel and poured me a glass. As soon as the first sip touched my lips, it was as if time stopped. It was more like drinking the driest red vinegar in existence. I had never had anything so sour in my life. The sailors grinned, and all I could do was laugh and admit that he had fulfilled the terms of a bet quite spectacularly. We ended up mixing that wine with water and sugar and shared the resulting drink with the whole crew. Even the captain took a few sips. Those were good times, even though Horsefly is no longer with us.
That's quite the story.
All right, let's get to work, cartographer. The maps they sent you with were actually quite helpful. Your Captain Gellert warned me that they used a Mioran system or something, but I've managed to understand the gist of it. I've done a rough comparison with our charts. So, one willing, we've made it this far, but we've still got a rough journey ahead of us. Once your order gives the signal, you'll need to raise anchor and enter Grayshaft harbour like civilized folk. As I'm sure you understand, the reefs around the island are still a threat. While you were busy emptying your insides onto our deck, I charted this course too, and I'd be lying if I said I wasn't interested in your opinion. So, tell me, cartographer, how can we get to the port safely? This'll give me a chance to see how well you know your own maps too.
Be wary of large clusters of waves. They can be a sign of reefs, even though there aren't any in that area according to my maps. It's best to be on the safe side and avoid spots like that anyways.
I agree. I have to admit, I thought you'd be arrogant and refuse to doubt your own wonderful maps.
Better to doubt my maps than lose the entire ship. The course to the east is more scenic. We'll be going around almost the entire island, and we'd get a great view of the whole landscape.
And leave our 6 sailors lying in their own bloody mess, while the healthy ones try and get by on the last stale crumbs of food left. And with you spewing your guts overboard the whole time. What is the matter with you? What set you down the cartography path? It's work that takes a decent amount of smarts.
which I can tell you don't possess.
I was naturally drawn to it. I mean, I was always good at drawing and letters. They accepted me into the Cartographers Guild as soon as I got out of the orphanage.
Hey, I see. All right. Go report back to your captain.
Something was banging around in the cellar all night. I couldn't bring myself to risk checking what it was. Sometimes I wonder even how.
You again?
I have to go.
Ah, Tristan. How are things with the navigator?
Just fine. He's a fine fellow, and I'm sure we'll get on swimmingly.
Always full of jokes. The seasickness hasn't gotten the best of you yet, has it?
It certainly tried its hardest, Captain.
Call me Gellet. You're a civilian. There's no need for titles. You can speak freely. Have you had a good time?
I'm sorry?
I was told that the Physician's brandy reserves had been pillaged. I suppose one of the crew members will be reeking of booze tomorrow. So, you taught that deck boy a lesson, Tristan. Keep up the good work. Got nothing else to say, huh? Well, let's talk about something else then.
Every island has its legends. I love the tales from Snowy Center and Sunny Muir. But I realised I don't know any legends from Grayshaft.
I heard one last time I was here.
Will you tell me?
You know about the dormant volcano on the island, right?
Yes. It's got a name, too. Boff or Poosh or something.
Tooth. Back in the days of the Prime Striders, it was alive and churning within. The old bastard was generous enough to cover all the land around him with ash. The natives prayed to Tooth. The Striders cursed his name. But his flame burned on through it all. Legend has it, one day he flared up so furiously that the other volcanoes grew jealous. They struck a deal with the cold sentient winds and got them to send a blizzard to rage over Tooth. Grayshaft had never known such cold, and has never known it since. But the volcano raged on. He spewed fire from his depths that warded off the snow and melted the ice. But the blizzard did not cease. It was patient, for it knew no flame could burn eternal. The heat receded. Soon it became too weak to ward off the snow and melt the ice. The day came when the cold crept into the depths of the volcano and extinguished the flame that the other volcanoes so envied. It was over. Tooth died, and the blizzard returned from whence it came. The frightening question still lingered in the chilly air. What if the blizzard got a taste for killing? What if it returns one day to extinguish another flame? What if one isn't enough to satisfy it this time?
What a depressing legend.
I like to think of it as educational. Think on that, Tristan. Perhaps someday I'll ask you what lesson you took from it.
Gellet, why are we sailing to Grayshaft?
Well, you sail to Grayshaft to make sure the ship reaches its shores safely. Then the crew will replenish the stores of water, and you'll sail back to Astarte. But as for the Order's aims, that's not something you're entitled to know.
I thought we were speaking freely and no titles.
Consider that a friendly answer. In any other case, I'd have punched you in the teeth for asking too many questions.
Have you been to the 5th island?
Yes, several years ago.
Was it an official trip? Did you go in through the harbour?
Too official, if you ask me. And not much more pleasant.
Why not?
Because we arrived in port on the Retribution.
I'm not familiar with it. I mean, I saw frescoes of it at the church orphanage, but I don't remember them telling us much about it.
I'm not surprised, because it's on the Order's conscience, not the church's. They send the galley called Retribution when there is a direct threat to the king's authority. Or the foundations of our faith are disrupted. No negotiations, no trials, fair or otherwise. Just divine retribution at the tip of Order Knight swords.
And that happened on Grayshaft?
Unfortunately, yes. Those are bad memories, Tristan. Let's not stir them up.
Have you known Wilbert for a long time?
A long time indeed. I broke his nose. Back when I was barely off the boat.
What? Really?
The ship had just arrived from Mior. I was still very young. I had managed to sneak on board and hide out in the hold. And I figured I'd be able to sneak back out when we got to a starter. But this fop spotted me. Came up to me with one hand behind his back and started asking questions about who I was and where I came from. I was not much of a talker back then, and I socked him right in between the eyes. He fell back onto his rump, stared at me wide-eyed and asked, "Why did you do that?" Then I saw that he was holding a loaf of bread in his other hand. He had wanted to give it to little urchin me, and so we made a trade. I gave him my filthy old kerchief to mop up the blood, and he gave me the bread. We've been in contact ever since.
A little boy alone in the ship's hold? Didn't your parents wonder where you went?
There was no one to wonder about me, Tristan. What about you? What do your parents think of your adventure?
I wouldn't know who to ask. I spent my childhood at the church orphanage.
Don't they tell you the names of your parents when you reach adulthood and leave the orphanage?
Yes, but only if you ask. And at that point, I really didn't care.
Now let me ask you a question of my own. That journal you keep, do you really record every step you take as Wilbert commanded?
I'm trying my best.
Can I take a look? I'm curious.
Yes, of course.
Ha! Some adventure you've been having.
That's for sure.
Thank you for lightening my mood, Tristan. That's truly a luxury in our line of work.
Certainly, Gellert. Anytime.
All right, Tristan. You should get some rest. I'll see you in the morning.
Commander, I'll stand watch. I'm wide awake.
That won't be necessary. I have men to post. Tomorrow's going to be a long day. You should rest as well.
One almighty. Hey, you alright? You alive?
I'm alive. I'm mostly alive. Ah, just going to rest a bit.
What happened? I remember people... crash. Then I woke up ashore.
Fun, wasn't it? They were waiting for us. Caught us in an ambush like fish in a net. I think they hit the ship to make sure no one could escape.
An ambush? I thought this was a secret mission.
You thought right, cartographer. I hope we'll have time to ponder this idea again sometime. But no worries. Things aren't really all that bad.
Right. Couldn't be better.
Judge for yourself. You're alive, I'm alive, and we still have that scroll. Which means we can get to the Order as planned. Just...
As planned? We have to get off this island. Everyone's dead.
Quit your complaining. Our mission is still to find Answer and give him the letter. Once it's in his hands, there'll be an Order ship to take you straight back to the capital. Perhaps there'll be a place for me on that ship too. One willing. Listen carefully, Tristan. As you can see, I'm in a bit of a mess. And I really don't want to kick the bucket here in this one forsaken cove. There was a physician on the ship with us, remember? He always wore a ridiculous hat.
Oh, yeah. I went to him when I was seasick and he called me a drunk.
He may not have been the best company, it's true. But he knew his trade well. You need to find his bag. It's big, with a belt strap. There should be a few healing potions inside in red flasks. They'll help stop the bleeding. Do you know any prayers to the One?
I know the last rites.
How appropriate. While you're looking for the bag, best pray that the potion flasks are all still in one piece. Because otherwise you'll have to go dig up his chest, which went down with his cabin on the ship. And I don't think I'll last long enough for you to find it. Come now. You set sail with us in search of adventure, did you not? Here's your first quest. Save this night. Maybe eventually you'll get around to saving princesses.
What a nightmare. This is our physician. Or was. Aha! One bowl's still intact. But just one. I can manage. Here.
Did you find it? My hero. Ah, I feel better already. Thank you, Tristan. Now listen to me. I just need another minute here, then we'll get moving. The Order's headquarters on this island is north of here. Like I said before, we need to get this letter to their leader, Answer. And then you'll get on that ship. And who knows? Maybe I will too.
What happened to the men who ambushed us?
Ah, they're not around right now, so there's nothing to worry about. And anyways, counting you, there's two of us now. As my Uncle Tibor always said, one's an easy target, but two's trouble. So we'll be fine.
Did your uncle say anything about beaches covered in corpses?
When it comes to dead men's possessions, there's no superstition in a time of need. He runs a tavern on Grayshaft. Has tons of stories. So come on, grab yourself a weapon and bring me my sword. It's sticking out of that scum over there.
something engraved on the handle. To my favourite nephew from Uncle T. He's dead. The potion. How? The letter. He said that the order would help me get home. Farewell.
Why farewell? On the contrary. Hello there.
Oh,
my
thank
good
the
man.
one! Please help me, we were...
So, you're finally awake.
My head is killing me. Where am I?
On the island, of course. Grayshaft, in all its wretched beauty. The more important question here is who the depths are you?
My name's Tristan.
Hold it! Whatever comes after that I'm isn't anything I asked. My name's Nerest. You from the capital?
Yeah. Is it that obvious?
We've a sharp eye for outsiders here. You'll see. Luck's on your side, boy. There'll be nothing left but pieces to pick up of the others.
Do you know if anyone else made it out alive?
Unlikely. Your ship crashed so violently that I heard it all the way from here. Figured the noise came from the chasm. So this morning I took my cart over before any other well-wishers could beat me to it.
Well-wishers. Hang on. You were planning to rob our corpses, not help us?
When the sea brings something in, there's usually no one to help. Often can't even find enough to fill my cart.
What are you saying? If you got help right away, some of them might still be alive.
Keep your tongue in check, boy. You'd already been crab food yourself, if not for me. This is a wild place, a brutal place. I'm not ashamed of it. That's just how things are here. And us locals aren't too fond of anyone who doesn't know when to shut up.
Even when human lives are at stake.
Especially when human lives are at stake, you'll see. Anyways, I have work to do outside. Get yourself up. You'll find some old clothes of mine in that chest over there. Take a look. There might be something that'll fit. Once you're feeling up to it, come out to the yard and give me a hand.
Now this is elegant. Another little something the sea brought in.
About time. At this rate, I thought you wouldn't be up till evening.
I was barely alive just a short while ago, you know.
Don't know what this barely alive of yours is, Tristan. On Grayshaft, you're either alive or you're dead. You're...
I'll see. Right, I got it.
No one likes a smart arse, boy. But come now. Get to work. One good turn deserves another. You can start by moving these barrels. Put them behind the house, neatly. Once that's done, help me with the weeding. Nasty blighters are out of control. Then come talk to me and I'll find something else for you to do.
Maybe I was better off drowning. Trousers? By the seven, what a stink! What kind of person throws something like this in someone else's yard? Gross. Something's blocking it from the other side. 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 From the other side. From the other side. Something's blocking it from the other side. Something's blocking it from the other side. Something's blocking it from the other side.
What do you draw your weapon for? What's that? Done with everything?
Do you have any idea who might be tossing soiled trousers into your yard?
Ah, that vile stench is going to ruin my nice smelling plants. Ah, go get to work.